Good morning. Thank you for joining us on our second episode of Surviving the Storm. Coming to you live from our downtown campus. On today's show, we will be joined by a special guest, Nisha Peterson, a chef who will show us how to create a delicious and healthy meal on a college budget. Throughout the show, we will see how to find the best deals on transportation to school, how to change a flat tire, find some of the best food MATC has to offer, and also learn how one scholarship is helping students here at MATC only on Surviving the Storm. Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, Jordan Gazarowski. Today, we have a special guest chef, Nisha Peterson, with us. Nisha, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your job.
Well, good morning. I'm a chef, and I've been doing this for a very long time. I am the only girl. I have 4 brothers, and the cooking was always left up to me, and we were always on a budget. So I got tired of eating the same food every day. I'm pretty sure you would get tired of eating the same thing every day.
PB&J and, you know, ramen noodles, that's the college life, right?
Right. And so I just tried to put a little razzle-dazzle on my food so that we would have a variety of food that they would eat. Because I have picky brothers, and one minute they like this, next minute they don't. So I just put some really cheap meals together and put my spin on it, and it just kind of took off from there. I have a 10-year-old daughter who's my motivation. I love her to death. She keeps me on my toes, though.
That's great.
But yeah, I've just been cooking for a very long time, and I love it.
Well, that's amazing and very interesting. So tell me, what are we making today? Today
we're going to make a cabbage with a chicken sausage. It has a Cajun chicken sausage, so it has a slight little kick to it, but this is a $10 meal. I got all my ingredients today for $10.
That's amazing. So what ingredients do we have here?
So here we have a Cajun chicken sausage. I get that from Pick and Save for Johnsonville. It was $2.99.
It smells so good, too.
It is very flavorful. We have a chopped onion. We have some regular salt and pepper, a little Cajun seasoning, and some bacon.
So what's the first step?
The first step that we want to do is we want to get our skillet nice and warm. And then we're going to put in our Cajun sausage over here.
I got it for you. Here you go.
So we're going to put that in the skillet. We're going to put a little extra virgin olive oil.
There we go. So what does that do? That's just the base?
That's just the base of it. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to put the Cajun sausage in there. And we're just going to let that cook and get nice and brown. Once it gets nice and brown, we're going to take it out. But you're going to start smelling all those good smells out of that. Oh, my gosh. But I love this sausage. I swear by it. It's so good. So we're gonna let that cook down for a little bit, and then after that, we're gonna put our other ingredients in there. Okay.
So how long does that take to cook?
It only takes about 4 minutes if you have it on medium, which is the best because you could get it brown all over. If you're like kind of in a rush, you could put it a little higher, but you have to watch it if you do that. Okay.
When do we put the bacon in? Because that's like the best part. I'm looking at the bacon right now.
Once this is halfway done, this is just a 1-pot dish, so we can put the bacon in when it's like halfway done.
And how long does that have to brown too? Like, how long does that take to brown?
It depends on what kind of bacon you have, but it'll probably take about 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes, same as the sausage.
So
the more ingredients that we add, like how does that like season the sausage? Like how does that bring out the flavor?
Okay, so with this, the sausage has its own little flavors, all the little Cajun stuff in there. And once we put the bacon in, the fat from the bacon, that's going to give it an extra layer of flavor. But a lot of people don't like bacon. If you want it to be a healthier meal, you can always take the bacon out. Me, myself, I love bacon, so I want to keep it.
All right, well, I can't wait to try that. But before we get into your dish, let's hear what Daryl is showing college students about changing a flat tire. Have you ever been in a rush and came outside to a flat tire? Well, Daryl Robinson stopped by Mr. P's Tires for tips on when and what to do when you have a flat tire. Let's check that out.
Having car problems? Well, Mr. P's Tires has some steps to follow if you come across a flat tire.
The first thing you do is you come outside, you have a flat. You go out there, you jack it up, take the towel, carry it again. Point blank and simple. You go ahead, take the towel, carry it to the air machine or to a tire shop, get it aired up, and let them figure out what's wrong with your tire. If you don't know or you don't have the kit to fix it, that's the first thing you do. Or get someone to take the tire off for you to carry it into the tire shop. You know, and then bottom line to the situation is, then it's up to the person that where you carry the tire to determine what the outcome is with your tire. Do you have to have a new tire? You have to have a plug, you have to have a seal, a valve stem. So you get nails and stuff in it. So your best option is change your tires. Every season, winter and summer, change your tires on your car. If you don't, and winter time comes, then you're gonna be in a situation stuck. Point blank and simple. You're gonna be stuck. And then you wouldn't want to be stuck in the winter time when it's snowing. So you have to change your tire and make sure they right, the air pressure and everything, the seal around the rim, valve stem in the winter time, every winter. You make sure that's straight on all 4 tires. Then you can go through the winter. But otherwise, you ain't gonna make it. That's just point blank and simple. You come here to Mr. P's Tires. Respectful to everybody. Respectful. You know what I mean? Females, mans, young kids, or whatever that come in with their car. We're gonna treat all of them the same way. Treat them right. That's what Mr. P's stand for. Treating everybody right. When they leave Mr. P's Tires on 52nd and Center, they happy.
Special thanks to Mr. P's Tires.
Wow, that was very interesting. Now I know how to change a flat tire. Nisha, what is our next step?
Okay, so now that we have the chicken sausage in there, you want to keep it moving. You get a nice little sizzle on there. So what we want to do next is we're going to add our bacon in there.
Okay. I'll pour that in, why not?
Okay, go ahead.
There we go.
Okay.
A little clumped up, but that's okay.
Just get that in there, nice and sizzle. That's something I also got from Pick and Save. It was on sale, $2.99.
Great deal.
So,
especially for bacon.
yes, especially for bacon. So what? We're up to $6 now.
$6.
$6. And then
Doesn't dent your wallet.
doesn't dent my wallet. I'm telling you, I have to cook on a budget now. So we're just gonna keep stirring that until it get nice and brown. And then the
Okay.
next step, we're gonna put our onions in there.
Put them in right now.
You can put the onions in
Okay.
there.
Here we go.
That's gonna give it a
Oh,
nice
yeah,
little
there we go.
flavor. So we're gonna let that cook together until everything is nice and brown.
Mm-hmm.
You starting to smell the flavors?
Yeah, it's starting to stick out. I mean, the
Yeah.
sausage, especially. That's what I smell the most right now.
It is a really, really good sausage by Johnsonville, and I just happened to look up on it one day when I was looking for a different type of sausage, and I've been eating it ever since. I'm telling you, it's really, really good. Nice and flavorful. I like it gives you a little kick, not too much of a kick though. But
Right.
yeah.
So it's not spicy?
It has a
little- you said like a little kick?
Little kick. Yeah, not too much, but if you want to make it a little bit spicier, you can go ahead and put some hot sauce in there now and let it cook together. Or you can take some jalapeno peppers, take the seeds out because the seeds is what holds the heat.
Really?
And just chop it down and throw that in there right now.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
If you like jalapenos and you just don't want the kick, take the seeds out because that's what really holds the heat on.
Well, I'm not a big jalapeno person anyway. So if I'm going to make this at home, that's definitely going to be out for me.
Right.
No way.
Yeah, but if that's just if you want some heat. You see it's starting to get a nice little brown on there. Gonna keep it going for a few more minutes. We got a few more minutes on it.
Okay. So, I mean, Thanksgiving is coming up, and is this a dish that you make for Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. My family absolutely loves this dish. I'm the designated cabbage maker.
Oh, my goodness. You have a job title in your
Yes.
family.
Especially my brothers. They will gobble this up in the pounds. So it's something really nice and hearty. If you wanted to make it real hearty, you could add an extra amount of sausage in there to give it that nice little fulfilling. And you can put whatever kind of meat in you want in here. If you want Italian sausage, I know you like Italian sausage.
Sure,
that's something
yes.
that you could definitely put in there. But you can put anything in there.
Are you experiencing an emergency that may cause you to leave school? Well, Sean Stembridge tells us about a scholarship opportunity that may be able to help you out in times of need.
So the Dream Keepers program, also known as our emergency assistance program, is for students who find themselves in an emergency situation.
There was a time there where I couldn't pay my rent, my lights were off, didn't have no money to catch the bus, I lost my bus pass. It was just like all bad.
And the goal is to help students bridge a short-term gap so that they can stay in school and be retained and move on to the next semester.
The Dream Keeper grant saved my life. Well, actually, it just kept me in school.
It's up to $500 for each student. It is a combination of dollars. Some come from the state, the Wisconsin Technical College system. There's another grant from an organization called Scholarship America, and one of our unions here, Local 212, also makes some dollars available, pooled together to provide emergency resources for students.
School was something that I really want to do, so I applied. I got accepted. I got a $500 check.
The three main pieces of the puzzle. First of all, a current student. So a current student at MATC. Second, a student that has at least a 2.0 GPA. And third is that the student is Pell eligible. And so new students, if this is a student's first time at MATC, they won't be able to apply because they don't have a pre-existing educational background and record. But if you're a student at MATC, taking classes, 2.0 GPA, and Pell eligible, then you are eligible for the emergency grant, the Dream Keepers grant.
Wow, a grant that helps students during a crisis. I would love to learn more about the Dream Keepers program. Good thing we're going to hear more about it later in the show. It smells so good right now, Nisha.
Yeah, it really does. That's all them sauces mixed together, and as you can see, it's like browning really good.
Really quickly, too.
Yeah. And this is a quick dish, so I'm gonna show you a little trick to slow it down, so that it steams the cabbage. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna leave this on here for a little bit longer.
All right.
Is we're gonna start to chop the cabbage up a little bit.
Okay.
The trick to this is having a really sharp knife. I got this knife for 11 bucks.
11 bucks?
11 bucks, and this is my favorite chef knife.
It's like a professional knife?
It is. This is your stem. You don't want to cook that in there. So you want to just chop it down the middle, lay them flat, and just chop away.
So any like specific way you cut it?
Me? Absolutely not. I just chop them in the best way I can to get them chopped down. A lot of people are not really good at chopping. I'm just learning to chop better.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just take it as a whole. Just add it on in there. Break it up a little bit while you're adding it in there.
All right. So does the cabbage add any flavor to the dish?
It actually holds a little water, so it's going to slow down the cooking process a little bit from the bacon cooking so fast.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Just cut it
You cut that up so fast.
Just cut it in any way that you feel comfortable cutting it in.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to mix it up with the rest of the ingredients we got in there.
All right. And so does like the cabbage, of course, like it becomes brown, right? You're browning that too?
So what you want to do now is you can add the seasonings. We have a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, which is
assuming this right here,
yes.
right?
It's a Cajun seasoning.
Put that in now?
Mm-hmm. You can just add it on in there.
There we go.
And then we have about a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. And you can just add that in there as well.
The basics of
the
food,
basics.
right?
Yep. So now what we want to do is we're going to slow down the process. And now what you see the big one right there with water in it? We're just going to add a tad of water to stop the browning and to steam the cabbage. Okay? And then that's what you do. And you just cover it. Turn it down just to medium. And you just let it cook.
For how long?
You let it cook until it's tender. Your cabbage is tender, which you will be able to tell because you'll be able to stick a fork right through it. It takes about, from this process right here, about 15 more minutes.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
So you own a company, you're a private chef. Tell us a little bit more. Like, what's your company called?
It's called A Little Razzle Dazzle. What I do is I'm a private chef. I help with weekly meal planning. I do personal chef. I could come into your home. I do intimate date nights. I do...
Interesting. I should call you.
I do shopping on a budget. the etiquette of it, a lot of people don't know. I could feed 4 people in one family for $50 a week. And that's something that a lot of people don't think that is possible, but I am a living truth. It's very,
really
very
impressive.
possible. And it's something that you don't have to have the same thing every day, chicken every day, chicken every day. No, we're going to put a little razzle-dazzle on it, and we're going to do it. And that's something that a lot of people aren't aware of, that you can, you know, shop on a dime. And that's what I do. I don't have $1 million. I like to shop and have something affordable, but I still want my food to look expensive, you know. So that's something that I do offer for people.
So where did you get the name of your company?
Actually, my daughter.
Your daughter?
My daughter. She always will say, "Mom, you always put in razzle dazzle on your food," and I'm like, and so when I was thinking of a business name, I'm like, you know, what should I name my business? And every time I put up a picture of food on Facebook or something, I will always say, just a little razzle dazzle, and so it just kind of stuck with me.
Like you're on Facebook, everybody.
But yeah, so we're getting it together. It's starting to steam. You can see the steam coming from it now.
I see it. Well, next up, Eliseo Ramirez and Maya Norman let us in on great options for students and staff driving to campus. Also, we have My Son Rock showcasing some spots around campus that you can find a bite to eat. Up next, we will find out how to use a free transportation resource that's just for the MATC community that will help cut back on expenses and keep you safe and warm all year long.
Community drive cars to get to campus. Parking fees can be expensive here in downtown. But do you know that students like you can get a parking deal and pay less?
The parking situation in the city of Milwaukee is always a challenge for those of us that visit and use our campus. We have our own parking structure, which is on 8th and State, and we do have agreements with our neighbors. So the brewery structure on 9th and Juneau, we have an agreement with them that allows our faculty and students to utilize their spaces. We do have a number of surface lots on 9th and Juneau, and then an additional one on 8th and State. We have 2 shuttles that alternate operations. We have service from 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. each day.
And this is the MATC shuttle service, and it serves the students and employees as well. It only works at downtown. We don't have shuttle service at other campuses. We only have it downtown. So we have 3 main spots, our pick up and drop off. One of them is a 7 Highland, the second one is a Heck, and then the third one is at the brewery.
The shuttle makes rounds each day. Each stop is approximately 10 minutes apart, so there is some wait between the shuttle times, but we're very proud of our shuttles. We have very experienced drivers to make sure we have safe transportation throughout the day.
I try to be, courteous sometimes, keep it moving so people, get their lunch in, so people get to class on time.
We encourage our faculty, students, visitors, and guests to use the shuttle, especially during inclement weather. It can be a little tricky walking on the sidewalks this time of year.
Lots of times I took it when I had an evening class, so I would take the shuttle at night. It was a quick way to get back up to my car, a safe way to get back up to my car. I try and walk sometimes because it's better for me, but days like today, when I'm feeling lazy, it's a great way to get back. It's, you wait 5-6 minutes, it comes and pops me into my car.
The folks that utilize our shuttle service are a very diverse group. We have a real wide range of folks, people that ride it, so it's great. It's great to see that everybody participates and that everybody can utilize it.
I like the shuttle. I enjoy the shuttle. It gets you from where you need to go on the MATC campus without having to walk out in the cold. So, and the driver's great too. They make sure you get there safe. So, yeah, shout out to the drivers. They make sure that everything happens, I guess. So.
It's a valuable service for us. We know that parking and transportation is always a challenge, so it's something, again, that we're very proud of.
Next time you need a ride from the parking structures to campus or campus to parking, make sure to ride the free MATC shuttle that will take you back to your car. So experience something new, meet new people, and enjoy the ride.
find a wide variety of delicious foods and snacks that are generally found in campus's main cafeterias. Now, if you have a taste for something a little more exotic, then head over to the 6th floor in the M building for International Cuisine. This is ran by the students of the culinary program. Here they serve several interesting dishes from different parts from around the world. But some may wonder, what exactly is International Cuisine?
International Cuisine is a 8-week course, and we try to, there's 4 sections to it. There's North American cooking, Europe, and Middle East included. Then we go to Asian cooking, and then we have Mexico and Latin America. That's 8 weeks. So they're 2-week modules, okay? And we try to get dishes that are authentic to the region. And what we make in class, we do sell it out the door in the lab and 6 to 8, okay, for lunch. And our lunches usually go from 11 to about 12:30.
Now, if you're looking for a nice place just to relax, enjoy some coffee and a pastry, then look no further than the 6th Street Cafe. Located on the 1st floor of the M building in room 175, you will find a pleasant coffee house experience run by the students in the Baking and Pastry Arts program. They serve a great deal of items to choose from and have many healthy options as well. All these places are great to go to whenever you're running low on energy and need a quick bite to eat. Hopefully you found this very helpful, and good luck with your programs.
That was great, Alicio. Thanks for sharing. Make sure to jump on and say hello to our friendly drivers. Additionally, both the shuttle and campus bus routes 42 and 40U will not be running over the Thanksgiving holiday, but are scheduled to resume next Monday, November 27th, when classes are back in session. Nisha, how's our dish coming along?
Our dish is coming along pretty well. It's starting to, as you can see, it's starting to break itself down a little bit. You smell that?
I do. Strong flavor.
Yes, nice. It's coming along. It has to cook a little bit longer.
Okay.
So
how much more time do you think?
Probably like 7 minutes or so, give or take. You want to make sure that it's completely like done all the way through. You don't want to have cook it too long because it'll get mushy. So you want to still have that nice little crunch to it, but it's giving you all the flavors in one. So cook it for about 7 more minutes. I like mine's fried hard. Other people may not like it fried as hard as I do. But I usually just keep moving it around, get all them flavors mixed together.
Okay.
And the water that you see me pour in there, that's what's steaming this right now. And it also has a little water in itself, so it's going to just steam itself.
Well, you said like the water has cabbage in it, right?
The cabbage has water in it, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
But yes, you just keep the tap on it and it's going to cook itself all along.
All right.
So it's just a really quick, easy meal that you can do, especially if you are tired from classes all day, especially if you have children running around or something, or you need to get something done, or you need homework done or something like that. This is a really quick meal. You could put it on low and just let it simmer itself together if you want to be able to sit down and maybe help somebody with homework or get some homework done yourself. Just put it on low and let it simmer yourself out. And I usually try to put a timer on it so I won't forget, because once I do homework, I get lost in my homework or something. So yeah, it's a really quick meal and very flavorful. And like I said, it's really cheap. So something that I love to cook.
So you were telling me before that every Thanksgiving you change it up. So it's never the same traditional like turkey, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green beans. How do you change it up? Like, what are you going to do this year?
So this year I'm not hosting. We're going over to my cousin's house, but I'm obligated to bring a few dishes. But usually when it's at my house, like last year we had an appetizer Thanksgiving meeting. When everyone came, they just brought appetizers. So we had like 30 different appetizers at my house, and it was wonderful because I get tired of eating the same things over and over again. So that was just something different. Another year, my sister loves to do, me and my sister, we absolutely love seafood. So we had a seafood Thanksgiving, which I think I might try to do for Christmas. But
interesting.
We just try to change it up, you know, because I don't like eating the same things over and over.
Well, I know where I'm going for this Thanksgiving.
You're more than welcome.
MATC has several emergency assistance funds that can provide small grants for MATC students experiencing unforeseen financial emergencies. Sean Stembridge tells us more about the Promise program.
One day I just went through the school and I was just asking anybody, could they help me? They said, hey, why don't you go to the multicultural office? I said, multicultural office, why? They offered me the Gene Keepers grant, in which I had to sign up. I had to have a 2.0. I definitely had to have some type of an emergency, in which I did. I had an eviction notice. I had my final notice for my lights being turned off. And I had the same clothes on for forever. And it really was eating at me.
If anybody's interested, they should do that, matc.dreamkeepers.org, just to get the basic information, the name, contact information, student ID. That allows us to pull up some of the eligibility requirements. And then in terms of a physical space, it's housed in the multicultural office. You could talk to any one of our front desk staff. That's Mary Lang, Katie Doxtator, Junior View, and they can provide you some information on the process. The goal is to keep students in school. Now, some students find themselves in a situation and really the best move is to say, hey, I need to check out for a minute, take care of some business, and then come back next semester. And because sometimes that's a good decision. But for the student that's doing well and comes across a challenge, car breaks down, roommate skips town, so they got to take care of their rent, suddenly find themselves unemployed, but they're still focused on their books, still want to achieve in that semester. That's who this grant is set to serve.
MATC presented shelter for the situation that I was in because of the simple fact I didn't know where to go.
A minor setback to somebody that's long into their career may not be that big a deal, but when you're in college and community college, your funds are usually razor tight. And so any little setback can knock you off your game. And so that's why this is real valuable for our MATC students.
Now I'm in a position to graduate. Now I'm in a position to take care of my family, my sons, myself. Whew. Lord knows life can be hard. But here at MATC, they try to make it as easy as possible.
What we do in our office, once we see that you qualify and that it's a real emergency, is walk with you to help you document the reason for your emergency. So really, those are the main steps. Get to signing in on the website and then begin to document your emergency, but we even help you with that.
Hey, life is hard enough. And if you're struggling and you're scared to speak up about it, you're going to continue to struggle. MATC has staff that'll help you. They have grants that'll help you. Hey, we all have our lights turned off once in a while. We all end up possibly robbing Peter to pay Paul just so we could pay the rent.
Thank you, Sean. Finally, the time has come to try this dish. This is the best part of the show.
It is. It definitely is. So let me get your bowl.
Here we go. Like I said, it did brown really quickly.
It did. It definitely browns really quickly. So have a taste of that for me.
So this is better with a spoon and not a fork?
Yeah, you gotta get the spoon.
Gotta get the full effect. Get some cabbage in there too. A little hot, but that's still good.
Yeah.
The flavor, you're right, the sausage is
the sausage is what brings it all out.
The main flavor.
I'm gonna take this off. And I love it dish. It's very quick, very easy, and it's very cheap.
Thank you, Nisha, for everything. Unfortunately, this is all we have time for today, but join us December 4th for episode 3. You don't want to miss this. Have a great day, everybody.